Hey everyone, it's Alex and Gio from RaddTitan, and today we're going to look at the Red Sonja she-devil with a sword.
Isn't it? Well done, that's nice, good education.
So we're going to look at that today. We're going to do the usual business. We've already got her out, so we're going to put her on display. We're going to measure her, weigh her, and tell you what we think. So keep watching, guys. Peace.
Okay, yeah, so welcome back. Like Alex was saying, we're going to be running through this piece. This piece, actually, interestingly enough, it got a little bit, you know, it was the world breaker of pieces from the San Diego Comic Con of 2015, is it?
Yeah, I guess.
Was it 15 or 16? Because it was 16.
Could be 16.
Might have been 16. Anyway, it came out, the prototype was the best ever piece, blah, blah, blah. We heard all the talk. And then the production, there was a little bit of critiques, a little bit of criticism saying it wasn't up to par. This has caused us to jump onto this piece. This is the regular edition. This is 3,000 pieces. We got number 300 of 3,000 pieces. And we'll basically run through and tell you exactly what we're saying. Start with a box. AT, take the mic, bro.
Alright, so as Gio was saying, we are looking at the Red Sonja she-devil with the sword. And we are going to go over the box. So if we look at the box, really nice art box. Kind of a lot going on. It's kind of one of those moments where kind of a bit of a shame to kind of stick it out of the way. Yeah, so I mean, it's quite a flat box as well. You can easily put. I've seen a lot of people do more in the 1/6 community because the boxes are a lot smaller. But you could easily put the Red Sonja in front of this box, and it would look quite nice.
Nice.
So you've got the artwork there, which is the close up of her, and you scroll around, and you actually have the kind of snake eye at the top, and kind of all this smoke going
all this
around.
jazz.
And then you have, again, all the design here. Again, really, really nice print. I do really like that. And she is stunning, stunning lady. And then got the
you know me and Red
Sonja there, with the sword. And you have the edition size there. So we are in the first 10%. So 300 of 3,000.
Yeah.
Take her away.
Alright, let's get
so
the
what
piece.
we'll do is we'll get a piece up and look over it. Alrighty, so we're back, and basically we've got her out, we've set her up, and we put her together. When you, just one of the quick things, when you put it together, there are a couple of pieces that come off the base here, and round the back which, you know, we'll show the pictures of there, but, you know, you probably don't need the one on the back anyway, but anyway. So
I think it adds I think it completes it a bit.
Completely.
Yeah, I think that it adds a little bit. I mean, if you're looking from the front, which you probably will do, this is probably the pose you want, and it does stick out here, so it has got a bit of relevance. Yeah, it's nice. They're nice little add-ons that really take the risk out of shipping and breaking, because these would definitely wouldn't survive the journey. So really clever work from Sideshow Collectibles here, I think.
Sure.
Let's start on the base and work our way up. So, like we were saying, this is Red Sonja. Who's the comics that she's from?
Well, she was originally Marvel.
Yeah.
And then she went into Dynamite Entertainment.
Dynamite,
So, yeah, originally she was a Marvel character from, I think like the 70s or something.
She's like Conan.
She's in Conan,
yeah, she's like Conan sort of stuff. So, this is 3,000 pieces. This is the regular edition, which I've got to say, as a personal preference, I kind of like, because it makes a little bit more sense, only because she's holding a two-handed axe in one of her hands, which bothers me quite a lot, because it's a huge axe, and she's got the sword in the other hand, which is a kind of like, I don't know. Well,
she's a strong female, but yeah.
Is she that strong? I mean, it would be. I think that would work if you could maybe switch. Nice. If you could switch this hand with just a plain fisted hand and have the double-handed axe over there. But also, there has been some issues with the axe in regards to the weight of the axe. It has been falling and it has been smashing. So, to be brutally honest with you, I think this is a really smart choice. If you are looking to pick this piece up, it may be sold out now, but if it is still around, don't be shy about the regular. It is very, very nice.
Well, I mean, even the it's strong enough, but this magnet could be probably a bit stronger there. It's just a bit of like because these are heavy. I mean that's metal.
Yeah, it's a metal blade. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, it's cold to the touch, and I'm not going to. If it was mine, I'd bang it off my teeth. But Alex keeps shouting at me when I keep doing that with his stuff, so I'm not going to do that today. Now, it's an interesting thing really, because there was a lot of talk about this in regards to prototype wise. You know, there was subtle changes, as there always are with most pieces. You know, Sideshow get a little bit more of a harder time, because they show you know, the cons, they show their best painted work. I mean, they basically they pay their top people to produce the pieces.
The prototype was painted by Cassapine.
So
yes,
she's one of the best. So obviously this has gone on to China, to one of their factories, and I've got to say, I think they've done a fantastic job. I'm going to just put it out there now. I've seen the piece in person. A lot of our people out there, so much love to all of you guys, because you probably made this happen. I've said to me and Alex, we need to see this in hand. Yeah. And seeing it in hand is a beautiful, beautiful piece.
We probably, this is a humble pie moment, because more so Gio, because
thanks, man.
He's kind of been bashing the paintwork, saying, you know, this isn't even near prototype, which it isn't. But
it's not quite as far as I've said. I thought it was.
Gio was making out like he was a big pile of shit. No. I think Gio even said at one point it's the biggest disappointment ever. But anyway, I'm not quoting here.
Listen,
and
the facts of the matter are this. You know, I've always said this from the beginning. Pictures tell you probably on your best day probably 10% of the story. A review probably will tell you about 30% of the story. That still leaves a massive.
Our review is about 15%.
Yeah, probably. So, you know, that leaves a massive, you know, 60% potentially around, doesn't it? That you did my maths right. 10% and 30%. Yeah, 60%. Okay. Fuck your gal. 60% to see in hand. No pieces. You know, trust me when I tell you, no reviews, no matter how good you are, no how clean it is, really tell every part of the story. When you've got a piece in front of you and you're touching it, you're feeling it, you feel how premium it is, and you're moving it around. The one thing I'm going to say is we'll start on the base.
I have been touching this.
Yeah. The base is probably, you know, the innards certainly inside the snake, and maybe the outside of the snake skin are quite different. They're not quite as vibrant and as textured as the prototype were. So that is a fact. That's how it is. The inside, the liver, the whatever they are, the kidneys, the intestines, they were a lot more detailed and a lot more textured due to good paintwork on the prototype compared to the production piece. However, they are not bad at all. In fact, they are still probably one of the best bases going. Let's have it right. It's a really exceptional base. So, you know, having said that, you know, you've got to still eat that humble pie. The base looks great. Isn't quite, the snake's not quite as vibrant as a prototype was, but it still looks fucking exceptional.
As well as, I mean, like Sideshow, a big company, they use the best painters in the world, but also they take very good photos. So it's a combination of the very, very good paint and the very good photos. When you get the pictures on Facebook, a lot of people take it with their cell phone, you know. So when I take pictures,
but the reviews as well at the com were done by cell phone to a lot of people, and this was a lot more vibrant, and the innards were a lot more. I want to say the words textured. You could feel you could see, because of the paint and the sculpt's exceptional. So, but you could see a little bit more of the, you know, the slimy sort of innards of the intestines compared to the grainy sort of look of the kidneys, and you understand what I'm saying, the difference in textures. It's still on there, it's just not as good as it was prototype level. So
we kind of skip it all over the place here. So as you say, we start really low. This is the kind of like a rock kind of base here, what would you say that was?
I don't know. I think it's sort of like it reminds me of the Philosopher's Stone, or you know what I mean, or is it the Chamber of Secrets? Chamber of Secrets, where he's fighting. You know, Harry Potter's fighting the snake in that sort of shrine to it. I get the opinion that this is probably like a gigantic mythical snake that she's in its lair and she's slit it in half. What I really like, especially, is this amazing inside here, where they basically looks like a steak. It looks like a lovely, doesn't it? It looks like a lovely bit of fillet steak that she's cut through.
It's like tuna steak,
Yeah, it looks fantastic the way they've done that. They've got this lovely metallic, sort of limey green, lemon yellow sort of eye. You know, it's really nice. I mean, it really catches the light fantastically well. And a bit of light shines off the eye really well.
You have a lot of different textures. I mean, you've got the light, the eye there, the glisten there. You've got the kind of the more flat for the outside.
Yeah, then it goes yellow sort of on the bigger scales into like a green.
And then you've got all the shine on the inside of the mouth. You've got the shine for the kind of guts.
That was a little bit more blood red and rather than pinky, wasn't it, a proto level as well. But you know, it's really nice, man.
And then
it's super nice.
Then you got like you work your way up, and you got the blood splatter on the boots there,
Really
and they're really well done. I mean, really, the leather effect's really nice. You got the stitch in there; it's really nice. You got the buckle on the back of her leg, the calf. I do like the way that she's like a powerful looking woman, but she's not over muscular.
Yeah, totally.
So she's like. She's a very sexy looking woman.
Oh, don't know, yeah. She fucking gets it.
You can tell she can handle herself and she's in very good shape.
Yeah.
But she's not like ripped to shit.
No.
She's not like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, there is an element of abdominal muscle and obliques and you have got musculature there. But looking at her, she's probably around, I'd probably say around 20% maybe.
Yeah,
about that.
For a woman.
No, that's really good for a woman. What I'm saying is that she's shapely. Her you're right there. Her thighs are not jacked up to pieces. Her calves are not jacked. Her arms show that she's an able person. She's not a do-nothing bitch, as Ronda Rousey would say. She's she's in shape.
Well, you can see there that like when you see from the back here, you see her tricep, and you can see that she's not got bingo wings.
No, it's not bingo.
And you can also see like the veinage on her.
88, two fat ladies. She's in. But you know what? Alex going on to the boots and also into the gloves. They've got this fantastic.
Steady, cowboy. We're working our way up. I was working up to the arse.
Oh, but you're on boots. You're talking about.
Yeah,
boots.
well, we're doing boots, and now we're going up to the arse. We're working our way up. That's the kind of point.
No, fuck you. On boots. I'm going with the gloves now.
Yeah.
What is that? That looks like Legendary Pictures symbol, doesn't it? Do you know that it does Godzilla? See, and it's got on the gloves as well. So she's like, there maybe there's a film in the
maybe there's
it's a hint, a little Easter egg.
Well, it's probably her logo, yeah.
Yeah, but go on. You can go.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But so work your way up, and you got the kind of the knife on the inside there. That comes off, and I was actually a little concerned when I took this out of the box because the gap where this goes does look quite sloppy if you look like that.
Oh yeah,
It looks a bit of a mess, and I was like, holy shit, that better cover that. But it covers it nicely.
It's sort of embedded, isn't it? It looks like they've sort of made a key, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's so that the kind of edge of the knife can
sits flush
quite nicely in there.
And yeah, that's very clever. And it's really clever. It's very good.
And it's almost like the knife is kind of kind of tucked in, into her leg, quite tight. Yeah. And then you work your way up.
This chain mesh.
One of the things I may have liked, I might like this as media.
Oh yeah.
This part here.
The mesh, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, I can see why they probably did it because of perverts like me making it so you
just moved it,
see more arse.
Yeah, definitely.
So I can see why they've done that. I'm going to say now this is kind of my first little nitpick. When you come around here and you've got these like rings on the hips, it doesn't look terrible, but I think that could have been a touch neater. When you have the base done as well as it is, I just think they sort of stand out like a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it was very clean in the proto, wasn't it? Almost where it was digging into her skin, and her skin was sort of, like when you put something against sort of skin and it imprints and it bulges.
That's as it's doing here.
Yeah, I mean I think they didn't do that as good as they could have done. I mean, what is fantastic though is if you go just above that with a bum dimples, Alex's favourite, and then the skin lines where her torso is turning, it's fantastically well executed. And her abs, the way her body is turning, they're not completely straight, which is very difficult to do. It's just got a hint of a turn in sort of her abdomen where it's a slight curve, and they captured it absolutely majestically, beautifully done.
I do love that when they do it a lot of sideshow pieces when they have the woman turning. And they have these kind of little creases in her side.
That's fantastic. It's fantastic. You just want to put a little bit of jam in there so you're facing it. Beautiful days. Happy days.
Yeah, be careful when you're turning this because that tongue is quite delicate.
Yeah, it sticks out a fair bit and all, doesn't it, as well?
Also, coming down from I know we're working our way up and going down, but we do this a lot. We've just seen...
Good strategising like that, you last longer that way.
Yeah. We just seen here, which is quite a shame it's hidden away, but there's like the back vertebrae here, and it's really well done.
It is.
I've had this on display for about a week, and I totally missed that. You kind of got like I'm assuming this is like a liver or something. You got the liver kind of going over it, and then the vertebrae there. I really do like
class, yeah, it looks great.
It's done really well.
That was a good spot that you just
Good
did.
spot just now, yeah. Luckily the postman sort of knocked on the door. And then you work your way up and you got the old Boublas, so we're going to go into that.
The fun bags, the jubblies.
I do think that on other pieces, these kind of paintwork, you know, on the kind of like intricate pieces like that, where you've got the straps coming along here and straps there, and then the for some reason I think the old Chinese factory workers get distracted with boobs, and sometimes they get a bit sloppy with the paint around the brass and things.
The crease.
Yeah, the nice side boob looks fantastic. Yeah, can't complain with that at all. The cleavage, I think there could be a little bit of overspray in the inside of the cleavage. Yeah. Which is
there's a little bit of a build up of paint in there. On the certain lights you can see it better. On here it actually looks best.
With these lights, because these are more like a daylight light. They're
bright light, yeah.
They kind of like, you don't really see it as much. Loads of very, very fragile pieces. So you've got like a little bow here, which would assume could get broken in shipping. But then you also have, when you put the head on, it's actually done really, really well. The actual I fucking sort of got stabbed in the finger now. That's raw blood. So what you got is where the kind of necklace is. Let me take that off. So you take this off. Just be very careful. And the way it's done is it's like the shoulder plates, and then it's the chest piece. But you have to be, again, really careful. Luckily,
you were warned.
Was it Hercule or was I think it might have been there.
Hercule Mutsun.
He messaged me and said, when you set it up, be really, really careful, because there's two really, really small pieces here.
Yeah, I see them. Yeah, they line up with the bra that some of them not lined up very well.
They line up, but also we've heard that them. I think I spat them. Yeah, nice. So it's quite weighty. Just hold like that.
Yeah, it is actually. It is wet. I mean, the hair is really nice.
The hair is basically. I received the Dark Phoenix.
This is what it should have been. The Phoenix.
The Dark Phoenix looks alright. Nothing wrong with it. But when you see the Red Sonja one, it's done to a much higher standard. The red hair is done a lot better. In the Phoenix, there was a lot of instances of little bubbles in the actual.
Oh yeah, and you have some on yours, didn't you?
I had a few because I got a spare head because I got some breakages. So
yeah, I got that. Yeah, that's good. Well done. Right.
Yeah, so this is done really well. The hair is super clean. I can't see.
But not too much. No, there's no bubbles that I can see.
I can't see any bubbles in there, and there's great. Kind of shading within the hair. It's not
such intricacy in the lines as well. It's got much more lines, and the lines are cleaner. It's the difference between this and the Phoenix. Is the Phoenix has the lines, but the lines have sort of been overdone with the paint, so you don't see so much. I mean, there's much more intricacy and detail in every strand of the Red Sonja's hair. It's much better executed.
They're going on to the actual face.
Yeah, this is quite controversy. This bit though, isn't it? This is what people were saying, that the face was a bit different. That the expression had changed.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there was a few comparison shots and saying this is the face before.
That fucking hair's amazing.
This is the face after. But this face is beautiful.
Fucking stunning face. But Sideshow and female portraits, there's no one near them. Yeah. No one.
I mean, I love the gloss on the lips. The look is sort of like dreamy.
Dreamy? Is it a dreamy? You get all dreamy excited.
Start staring at me like that.
Have a look.
Yeah, now you're gonna have a look, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, she's dreamy, alright. I think it's a stern look. Yeah. It's a stern look. Yeah, like I'm fucking bad and you know it, bitch. Yeah, really nice. Beautiful face. I mean, you can say what you want about if there's any subtle difference from prototype, but this is a stunning female portrait.
As I say,
it's up there with some of the best stuff.
I just want to, bring it up again. But George did say that this wasn't as good.
My specific thing that I said was I thought it was around 50-60% of prototype. Now, having seen it in hand, I didn't see the prototype in hand, but it's exceptional. It's an exceptional piece. A great female sculpt, an unbelievable base, and looking at the details on it now, it's probably close to about 75% prototype. I think the expression's slightly different, and the base has lost a little bit of its va-va-voom. It's a little bit of colour loss.
I think they probably got it out of the box and painted it up, because I did send them an email saying, we're RaddTitan, you better sort that shit out.
Yeah. They went, who are you? What are you saying?
They went, what?
Radd who? RaddTitan. I don't know who you are. But listen, it's anybody that is on the fence about this piece, I have no shame in saying that based on pictures, I was really impressed with the prototype and I thought it was a world beater. But I said that this wasn't the deliverer that I expected. I have to say, I think it's still one of the top female pieces I've ever seen.
I think all three of them were.
Who?
All three Red Sonjas. So the original one where she's
it's a lovely piece. It's a very nice piece.
This one is then an upgrade from that, and then the new one looks fantastic as well. I mean, from what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the.
They're all winners. I mean, they haven't let down this character anyway, but so they do that.
That was one of the best from the show.
Hellboy they did that with. There's loads of characters and Lady Death. They don't fuck her up.
Yeah, no Lady Death.
Vampirella?
Vampirella, the new Vampirella. I'm not
it's 1/5 scale though, isn't it? It's not the same.
I'm not impressed with the new Vampirella. So we're going to measure this. What we'll do is we'll go from the top to bottom. So she is just shy of 19 inches, which is about 48 to 49 centimetres.
Cool.
This is going to be fun to measure now.
Well, it depends on how you want to angle this. It's either going to be depth or width. You have to decide which way you want to do it.
Alright, well, I'm going to go... I've got it. I'm not sharing her. Then this width-wise is probably about 32 centimetres, which is about 12.5 inches.
Yeah.
And then depth-wise is... I'm going to go from here, and the sword is the point that sticks out. So if you kind of angle this with that being the main depth, this is probably about 16.5 inches, which is about 42, 43 centimetres. So
it's a debate whether this will go into the detail. We're not sure. We might mess and see.
What we do now is we'll get the scales out of the way. So what I'll do is I'll lift this and you take those two.
Turn your jazz on, bitch.
We need to turn the jazz on, as Sonja said.
What do you think she weighs?
Do we measure it?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Yeah, you've got to. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to lift this up.
What do you think she weighs?
I'm going to go for about 8 kilos, so about 7.8 kilos.
Right, go.
Alright. Oops, shit. So this is 17.7 pounds.
Fucking heavy.
Which is 805.
Very close.
Kilos.
Very good guess, bro.
Yeah, well, we just weighed it. Camera cut off, but anyway. So, as I say, for a Sideshow piece, this is a really good weight.
It's exceptional.
I mean, the base is super heavy. I mean, I know on some of the previous females, like Wonder Woman, the base was known to be pretty hollow and quite light. So
it definitely feels premium, doesn't it? This?
It does. It feels like a premium piece. I mean, I know a lot of people. There is a bit of a debate about does it really matter if it's heavy or not, and what But I think that the initial unboxing of the piece. So when you actually look at the box, you look at the packaging, and then you take the pieces out, and you have that feeling of what it feels like. I think that really adds to the experience of the piece. And it stays with you, I think. Yeah, I agree. 100%. So if you get a piece and the art box is damaged to fuck, and then you get it out, the base feels really, really light. I think that really, what personally bothers me a lot.
Sets you back, doesn't it? Definitely sets you back. And it's probably more likely for you to pass it on, sell it later on. When you've got a good experience, you usually keep the pieces, don't you?
Sure. All right. So what we do then is we'll wrap it up and let us know what you think, guys. So. If you have this piece, let us know what you display it with. Let us know if you're happy with it. Let us know if you've got one that you think's terrible and you think that we're giving it too much love. But
well, also let us know where you rate this one compared to the other two the one that's been teased at the moment and the previous one, which is a very nice piece in itself. I have to say, for me, I'm not ashamed to have ate some humble pie during this review. I think Sideshow did an exceptional job. I think this may be sold out, but if it isn't, check on their website and try and grab one, because it is one of the premium female pieces out there. It's an exceptional job. And whether or not it's 60% prototype or closer to 75-80% as we've said today, you can't lose. You really can't lose with this piece. You know, it is exceptionally well done. They did a great job. So fair play. Like, comment, subscribe and share. Be lucky. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Fucking hell, are we already shot here? No, that's why I put that up like that. Okay, that'll probably work anyway. Go. Fuck your cuff. He's flying over. Calvin Kleins, man. Red pant wearing motherfucker. Are you doing the intro?
No, we're right pants. Blood clot.
Your blood clot self!
In a box. And then just in the box quickly. Take two!
We're gonna have to buy some fucking memory cards, man.
Yeah, I need to do some research on my night shifts.
Yeah, true. Right, you want the booblas?
Better cut that shit out. Edit that, that's not going in the outtakes.